Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 33 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you at 844-236-6010. We welcome your calls on The Bright Side, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products, longevity business, health challenges you or a loved one may be confronting, 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have comments, success stories, if you have questions about our Truth Skin Health products, which are all available at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Our phone number, 844-236-6010 on The Bright Side, and we love hearing from you, 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase longevity products, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can also sign up to join the Brightside Ben team off our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. We've got blog stories, blog posts, and news stories and videos on criticalhealthnews.com, brightsideben.com, and pharmacistben.com. You can also call 866-735-2470 if you have questions or want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team. Even better, for a one-time $30 fee, you can be in business for yourself. Call 866-735-2470 or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, we're back on The Bright Side, and welcome. We're talking about sulfur compounds, N-acetylcysteine, sulfur SAC, which is found in garlic. These are sulfur compounds that have tremendous healing properties and therapeutic benefits, and not just therapeutic and healing benefits. NAC is used in the food industry to protect fats. It's used to protect butter and other fatty foods from going rancid. It's a wonderful antioxidant for fats. If you're dealing with osteoporosis, NAC can protect bone-making cells, the outside parts of cells, the cell membrane, from oxidation. NAC can be helpful for folks who are dealing with kidney disease. In an article that was published in the American Journal of Physiology, researchers concluded that NAC can reduce the impact of ischemic renal failure, i.e. kidney disease, which affects 1 out of every 10 or 1 out of every 12 Americans. Kidney disease is a really big deal. For you to go into kidney disease, full-blown kidney disease, that means a lot of the kidney has to be damaged because there's so much redundancy in the kidney. The kidney is obviously a critically important structure in the body, and that's why you got 2 of them. And even with 2 of them, even if you had just 1 of them, you can be at 10 or 15% kidney function, and you could still be okay. By the time you get down to 15%, I guess you're into kidney failure. But certainly you could be at 25% and you could be okay. So NAC can be used to reduce the impact of kidney failure. It can be used to protect against kidney failure. There are other researchers who are exploring the use of N-acetylcysteine for cystinosis, which is an accumulation of crystals in the kidney. I just heard a commercial for a supplement that's supposed to be used for preventing oxalate stones, calcium oxalate stones in the kidney. The best way to protect against stones in the kidneys or in the gallbladder or in the tear ducts or anywhere else is to make sure you're cleaning the blood, and N-acetylcysteine is a wonderful nutritional supplement for doing just that. NAC has been explored for preventing the accumulation of crystals in the eye and the lymph nodes. There's studies that are aiming to find out if NAC can be used to treat general inflammatory health issues. And of course, NAC is plays a key role in building glutathione, which is the body's most important antioxidant. One of my personal favorite uses, I've been in the skincare business for many years, and I love using NAC as a skincare supplement. NAC protects the liver, and it may have some skin health benefits via its liver or hepatoprotective benefits, but you can use NAC topically, especially if you're using benzoyl peroxide. Mix a little NAC in your benzoyl peroxide containing product, and you can protect yourself against the toxicity of benzoyl peroxide. And make no mistake about it, benzoyl peroxide is pretty toxic stuff. It's the active ingredient in Proactive, and also Neutrogena acne products, Clearasil, pretty much all over-the-counter anti-acne remedies are going to use benzoyl peroxide. And the problem with benzoyl peroxide, even though it is somewhat effective for treating acne, is that it's very, very toxic stuff. The FDA regulates the amount of BPO. BPO is the chemical designation for benzoyl peroxide. The FDA regulates the amount of BPO, benzoyl peroxide. So theoretically, I'm saying, benzoyl peroxide in skincare products shouldn't be a problem. The most you can get is 5%. Benzoyl peroxide. You can get 10% with a prescription, or if you have a compounding pharmacist make you a benzoyl peroxide product. But at 50% benzoyl peroxide, you've got yourself a tumor promoter. And I know 50% is different from 10% or 5%, but do you really want to put any tumor promoting agent on your skin? If you're using benzoyl peroxide washes, you're using benzoyl peroxide creams, you should now know, if you've been listening to this program the last couple of weeks or for any length of time, you should now know that using glutathione and glutathione building blocks can help protect you against toxicity in general and benzoyl peroxide in specific. And you can make your own NAC cream. Just dump some NAC in your favorite skincare cream, or dump some NAC in your favorite benzoyl peroxide cream. And then maybe put a little bit of vitamin E in there. Take a capsule, and stick a pin in the capsule. Squeeze out some vitamin E oil into your NAC, into your benzoyl peroxide product with your NAC. You'll get anti-irritation effects, and you'll get anti-toxicity effects. This is in addition to taking NAC orally and vitamin E orally, which you definitely want to be doing for its anti-toxicity effects. NAC is an anti-toxicity supplement. Vitamin E is an anti-toxicity vitamin. And because acne may be related to deficiencies in glutathione, when you take your N-acetylcysteine to help protect you from benzoyl peroxide, you're going to be building glutathione. Your skin may clear up enough, you won't even need the benzoyl peroxide in the first place, and that's what you're looking for. I put NAC in my blemish repair complex. If you haven't used our blemish repair complex and you're dealing with acne issues, you are missing the most powerful nutritional supplement you could ever use for dealing with acne. Blemish repair complex is 10% off, by the way, for the month of May. All our supplements are 10% off for the month of May. Go to truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com for our blemish repair complex, and also our collagen recovery complex and our new fulvic cellular repair complex at truthtreatments.com. So there's other topical benefits you can get from N-acetylcysteine. It turns out that folks who have psoriasis may get some at least symptomatic relief from topical application of NAC, according to an article published in The Lancet, which is it's one of the most famous medical journals. A 10% N-acetylcysteine cream was shown to slow down the hyperactivity, the hypergrowth of skin cells, which is the marker, which is the most classic symptom of psoriasis. Now, this study was not done directly on psoriasis patients. It was done in a laboratory, in a test tube, but given the non-toxic and gentle and generally benign health benefits associated with NAC, it might be worth a try if you have psoriasis. Take yourself an NAC capsule, put it in a little cream, rub it on your psoriatic plaques, and see what happens. It's not going to hurt, that's for sure. One thing to keep in mind if you're going to make use of NAC cream for acne or for psoriasis or as a general antioxidant, given the numerous antioxidant benefits associated with NAC, is you got to make sure you use your NAC fresh. All sulfur compounds, and there's a couple other ones, I'll talk about one in particular when we come back from our break, when they contact water, they release the sulfur, and it gets pretty stinky pretty fast. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We got lines open for you. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is our number. We do have lines open, and we'll get your calls in our next segment. If you want to purchase longevity products, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Or call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. All right, we're talking about N-acetylcysteine, active via its sulfur elements. Sulfur is the third most abundant mineral in the body. Calcium, I believe, is the first one. What are the three? I don't know what the second one is here, the second mineral, but sulfur is the third most abundant mineral in the body based on percentage of total body weight. It's in muscles, skin, bones. Sulfur is involved in hundreds of various processes, biological processes, and it's also a primary detoxification mineral. And acetylcysteine is active via its sulfur compound. That sulfur element can be used, or taken advantage of, I should say, leveraged topically by putting N-acetylcysteine in your favorite cream or lotion, especially if you're using benzoyl peroxide. In the pharmacy, I used to make a thiamine cream. Thiamine is also a sulfur-containing compound. Thiamine is vitamin B1, very important for sugar metabolism and energy levels. Sulfur in thiamine can be leveraged to fight mosquitoes. I used to make a thiamine cream, and mosquitoes, as it turns out, hate the sulfur in thiamine. You may want to use NAC for the same reason. I can't say that NAC will work for mosquitoes, but I can definitely tell you thiamine works for fighting mosquitoes or keeping mosquitoes away. And you can make your own thiamine cream by mixing thiamine in your favorite lotion or cream. Just dump out a capsule or a thiamine capsule, put it in there. But the problem with thiamine, as well as a thiamine cream, as well as with NAC cream, is you got to use it fresh, because once that water reacts with the NAC or with the thiamine, it's going to break down pretty quickly, release the sulfur, and it's going to not only destroy the properties of your NAC cream or your thiamine cream, but it's also going to give off a pretty stinky sulfur smell. Sulfur is a really cool mineral to supplement with, not just to take in the form of NAC or in the form of thiamine, but you taking it just flat out as MSM sulfur. MSM is you can think of it as supplemental sulfur. It's pretty much non-toxic. You can take as much as you want. I personally take 3 grams or so of it a day. Sulfur should be found in vegetables and other food products that come from the animals that eat the vegetables, and this is where soil depletion becomes a factor. Sulfur deficiency is not uncommon. Sulfur soil deficiency, that is not uncommon. It's associated with weak soils, sandy soils, and pretty much that's something that's maybe the last 10 or 20 years it's become a real significant, maybe longer, maybe 30 years or so, it's become a significant problem. No one used to think about the lack of sulfur as a health concern, although recently experts have become aware that we may be dealing with a hidden cause of health challenges. Dr. Stephanie Seneff, Senneff, talks about this a lot. She's got all kinds of YouTube videos and PowerPoints that are available online, and she talks about sulfur deficiencies as being a hidden cause of health issues. And this can be especially problematic if you're getting a lot of your calories from corn, which is notoriously low in sulfur. According to Dr. Ronnie Heiniger of North Carolina Agronomy Research Department, 72% of the corn tissue samples analyzed by the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services have low to deficient sulfur in their plant tissue. Sulfur, like many other minerals, is an important human element. It's important for human nutrition, but not so much for plants. Plants can grow very nicely without sulfur. Problem is while they're growing nicely, we'll eat the plants and we'll be deficient in the sulfur. Not only that, but a lot of these mineral compounds that plants don't need to grow, they do need to produce nutrients like proteins and vitamins. This is why mineral deficiencies are so fundamental to nutrition and to health challenges. The plants use the minerals to make vitamins. They use the minerals to make proteins. They use the minerals to make phytonutrients. They use the minerals to make essential fatty acids and fatty acids in general. And while NPK can grow a nice plant. That plant is not going to have the nutritional value it needs to make us healthy. NPK is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And when farmers discovered, and agricultural scientists discovered, that plants only need NPK, they start to develop these fertilizers that they added to crops, corn and wheat, etc. And they found that the plants would grow wonderfully. Problem was they didn't have the phytonutrients or the amino acids that they needed from the soil minerals like sulfur. And then when we eat the plants or the products or the animals that eat the plants, we either eat the plants or the animals that eat the plants, we don't even notice that we're not getting the minerals until we run into deficiency conditions because the plants seem fine. And even then, most of us aren't even going to attribute our health challenges to mineral deficiencies that are caused by the depleted soils. This whole soil depletion of minerals controversy has been around for 100 years. About 100 years ago, they realized that there was a problem with the soils. There's a famous congressional report that came out in 1922, or actually somewhere in the 1920s, where they talked about this. Dr. Well's been talking about it for decades. And of course, the best way to get around this problem is make sure you're taking mineral supplements. This soil depletion issue and mineral deficiency issue and secondary plant nutrient deficiency issue is the flaw behind this idea or this logic that all you need to do is eat a good diet. Almost every day I talk to somebody who says, I don't supplement, I just eat well. You can't eat well. It's not possible because of this soil deficiency issue. You can eat sort of well. You can eat what you think is well, but because of the soil depletion issue, it's very difficult to get the nutrients that you need, not just minerals. Remember, the vitamins, the proteins, the fatty acids, the phytonutrients, they come from the minerals. So if the minerals are missing, not only will you be short on the minerals, you're going to be short on the secondary nutrients that come from the minerals. You can eat all the fruit, all the salads that you want. But the veggies in the salad were likely grown on mineral deficient soils, and the odds are pretty good you're going to be at risk for nutritional deficiency and nutritional deficiency health problems if you're trying to get everything you need from foods. As far as sulfur goes, go MSM. Get yourself some MSM sulfur and take a lot of it, like a gram or two. I take 3, at least 500 milligrams a day, in my opinion. Sulfur is incredibly, incredibly important. Detoxification for hardening things, collagen, keratin, glutathione. Sulfur's importance is pretty straightforward. There's zillions of different things that sulfur does in the body, hundreds of different things that sulfur does in the body. We've been talking about the medicinal properties of one of the most important sulfur-containing foods, which is garlic. Garlic is a good source of various minerals, selenium, manganese, vitamin C. Garlic is packed with various sulfur-containing compounds, including allicin. Allicin is the chemical that most nutritionists will tell you is the most important chemical in garlic, and allicin is very medicinal stuff. It's released when you crush garlic. It's actually it's the byproduct of a reaction between an enzyme and other compounds. Crushing garlic versus cutting garlic, as we said yesterday, releases more allicin. Same is true about onions and leeks and shallots. Crush them, and you'll release these sulfur compounds much more effectively. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Back on The Bright Side. Got lines open, 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls here momentarily. If you have questions about anything we're speaking about here today, or if you have a health challenge you want help with, 844-236-6010 is our number. You are listening to The Bright Side, and we're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time, and 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. You can also purchase longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And you can purchase all our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. Truthtreatments.com got 10% off our nutritional supplements for the month of May. Truthtreatments.com. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. We'll get your calls here momentarily. Let's see here. This is from Medical News Today. Evidence indicates that following a Mediterranean-style diet, which is a diet rich in vegetables and fruits and nuts, it's what most of us think of when we think of eating naturally. The Mediterranean diet is based on veggies that are grown in volcanic soil, which of course is very rich in minerals. Volcanic soils in Hawaii and in the Mediterranean, in Greece and in Italy are well known for being rich in wonderful minerals, not only for growing great plants, but also for nutritional value. And now it turns out a study presents a link between the Mediterranean diet and a lower risk of depression later in life. It's kind of interesting, and I would say that it's not in small measure due to the sulfur content of the volcanic soil. This is a study that was published in the American, this was presented at the annual meeting of the American Psychiatric Association in San Francisco, shown by Dr. Konstantinos Argyropoulos, as well as his colleagues from the Hellenic Open University in Patra, Greece, that people who adhere to a Mediterranean diet appear less likely to develop the symptoms of depression later in life. Sulfur, as it turns out, has antidepressant value, and you may have heard about this if you've heard about something called SAMe. SAMe is a sulfur-containing compound that is linked to the amino acid methionine, and there's a lot of folks who believe that taking SAMe may actually be an antidepressant. Now, I'm not going to go so far as to say that SAMe is an antidepressant, but I will say that sulfur has important mental health benefits because of its highly electrical nature. You can add that to the list of wonderful benefits that you get from sulfur. Speaking of sulfur, from Beth Israel Medical Center, this was published on Science Daily, the website Science Daily. Natural compound found in broccoli reawakens the function of a potent tumor promoter, or a tumor suppressor. Eating broccoli now has anti-tumor benefits, and a lot of those anti-tumor benefits may be related to its sulfur content. This is a study that talked about a tumor suppressant gene and shutting down a tumor suppressant gene, but we know that sulforaphane, which is a sulfur compound that's found in all cruciferous vegetables, has wonderful anti-tumor and anti-cancer benefits. And as I've said so many times, the cruciferous vegetables, cauliflower, cabbage, collard greens, Brussels sprouts, and kale are the most medicinal and therapeutic of all of the vegetables. And it's probably a good idea if you're dealing with, or you want to prevent cancer, you're dealing with cancer or tumors, or you know somebody who's dealing with cancer or tumors in your family, probably a good idea to make sure you're doing cruciferous vegetables on a daily basis. And as I've said many times also, cruciferous vegetables are a woman's favorite vegetable. They should be a woman's favorite vegetable because they're wonderful protective effects against the toxicity of estrogen metabolites. Cruciferous vegetables have anti-estrogenic properties. If you are a lady and you're worried about estrogenic cancers or estrogenic or reproductive health issues, do broccoli every day. Steam it a little bit, put a little butter and Celtic sea salt. It's like a nutritional supplement food. That's how powerful cruciferous vegetables are. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. There's one more thing. Phosphorus is the second most abundant mineral in the body. I said, before we went to break, I was talking about calcium as being the most abundant mineral in the body, sulfur being the third most abundant mineral in the body. Phosphorus is the second most abundant mineral in the body. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's hit the phones and say good morning to Nina in Tennessee. What's up, Nina?
How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. I have over 100 tumors on me. I was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma, and I've had
squamous cell, you said? Nina, you said squamous cell? And you have 100 tumors?
Squamous cell. I'm sorry. I've pronounced it so many different ways.
No worries.
And two years ago, I was diagnosed with this disease. I've also had a misinformation from the doctors in South Carolina that I did not have a tumor, and it was growing for 6 months in my ovaries. I had a 27-centimeter, 16-pound tumor, and also a hysterectomy because of that due to my disease last year in November. I have tried anything I could do.
Your chemistry is way off. Now, let me just make sure I understand what you said.
Okay.
You have over 100 tumors, and you're saying it's a squamous cell issue, and then you had tumors and you also had tumors in your ovaries, you said?
Yes, I had a large tumor that was growing, and
all right. Your chemistry is
from my seed. I'm sorry.
Nina, sweetheart, your chemistry is way messed up. Okay?
Okay.
So we got to work on your chemistry because you're just going to be sprouting tumors everywhere, and they can't just keep hacking your body apart. That's the doctor's strategy. We got to figure out what's going on here, okay? So first of all, when you're growing, when tumors are growing or cells are growing in this out of control fashion, first thing you want to focus on is blood sugar and insulin. So I'd be treating, I don't know if you've been diagnosed as a diabetic or not, it doesn't matter because your blood sugar is messed up. So you gotta focus on the blood sugar issues. Go ketogenic, low calorie. Okay. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to keep your calories down to a bare minimum. I'm not talking about nutrition. I'm talking about calories. So you want to keep your caloric intake down to bare minimum, especially processed foods and sugars, which hype up anything that hypes up the metabolism or stimulates cell growth has got to be really, you got to control that. So sugar, first of all. So I'd be treating myself as a diabetic. Sweeties, glucogenics, ketogenic diet, calorie restriction, fasting, staying away from processed foods and sugars. Then the next thing is estrogen, the female hormone estrogen. Likely your estrogen is thrown off also. How old are you? Can I ask you, Nina?
I'm 58 years old.
And did you have, before all this stuff happened, did you have a history of menstrual problems or reproductive problems or anything like that?
Nothing. No issues of health problems. I barely had
periods
the
were
flu
always
in my
regular?
entire life.
Your menstrual cycles were always regular?
Everything was regular.
Well, I'll tell you why that's a little troubling because you're missing stuff. Because you can't have that kind of biochemical dysfunction without being symptomatic. So if you didn't notice symptoms, that means you weren't paying attention or you didn't know what they were. So you just got to start really focusing on your body. I would be working on ways to detoxify estrogen along with insulin and sugar. Estrogen is another stimulus of cell growth. So keeping your estrogen, toxic estrogen, cleaned out of the body, making sure that you're having regular bowel movements, fiber, magnesium, balancing out estrogen with progesterone cream, also vitamin A and vitamin D, 20,000 IU of vitamin A, 400 international units of vitamin E. These are all in the interests of keeping the estrogen clear, of the toxic estrogen clear and balancing it out, as well as the blood sugar. Now, I'm guessing you have to have some digestive health issues. You can't have all this biochemical dysfunction without that. So you're going to want to do a food diary and all the stuff that we talk about with eliminating problem foods. And then there's some stuff that you're going to want to do for the intestine, but we got to take a break. So hang on, and we'll finish up when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll return right after this. Okay, we're back on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking to Nina in Tennessee. Nina, you got some serious biochemical issues going on here. So first of all, focus on blood sugar, all the things we just talked about, the supplements as well as keeping your sugars down. Secondly, estrogen, balancing out estrogen. You're always making estrogen, by the way, even post-menopause, you're still making estrogen. And if you're not clearing out estrogen effectively, the toxic estrogen or the metabolites, the breakdown products of estrogen, that can cause excessive growth, and tumors are obviously excessive growth. So balancing that out with progesterone cream and pregnenolone, maybe pregnenolone, you can get that at a health food store, vitamin A, vitamin E, and then also making sure you're eliminating it out of the intestine with fiber. And then also, because of this intestinal relationship that buildups in estrogen, using probiotics can be very important, and then supporting bile with your ultimate enzymes as well as bile salts. You should probably take extra bile salts. Hopefully, if you're not having regular bowel movements, that's a very important component of clearing out estrogen. So anything you could do for helping eliminate estrogen through the bowels. Magnesium can help. And then also using lecithin granules, anything for the gallbladder and the bile system. Lecithin granules and then bile salts. And then the building blocks of bile, a couple of the building blocks of bile, taurine, sulfur, MSM, as we've talked about. And then also the amino acid glycine. Last but not least, whenever you have a hyped up metabolism or cell growth is hyped up, you may be looking at just general stressors. So relaxing the body can be very helpful too. Slow, deep breathing techniques, meditation techniques, anything you do to kind of slow down. Don't underestimate the importance of oxygen and breathology, breathing. Get an app called Breathe. It's called breathing zone on your smartphone.
Okay.
That'll help you breathe too. All right, I got to motivate. I got a bunch of calls here. Anything else you want to ask me?
No, sir, and I thank you so much. You've been a great help.
You.
Have a wonderful
God bless
day.
you. You too, my dear. All right, John in Kansas. Thanks for holding on for so long. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, we had a lady come to us that needs help with pain from shingles.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a terrible. That's awful. Shingles needs to be regarded as an opportunistic virus. Shingles is caused by the herpes virus, and it's opportunistic in the sense that when you're stressed out, when your body is secreting lots of stress hormone, or you're nutritionally deficient, that's when the immune system can go crazy. So relaxing the body and getting on nutrients like immune-boosting nutrients like selenium, zinc, vitamin C, keeping your sugars down. Sugar has an immune suppressant effect. So you got to strengthen the immune system is what you're looking at doing, and reducing the stress response. Most people who have shingles, it's usually older people who have shingles, first of all, and it's usually people who are generally unhealthy or have some kind of health challenge that have shingles. And shingles usually comes up when the body's under extreme duress, or extra, I shouldn't say extreme, but extra duress. So calming things down, making sure you're on immune-boosting nutrients, and staying away from things that suppress the immune system, most especially processed food and sugar. Again, the nutrients selenium, zinc, and vitamin C, and probably actually sulfur as well for glutathione building. In fact, anything you could do to build glutathione, now that I think about it. So sulfur and selenium for building glutathione, and then the 3 amino acids that are involved in glutathione building. Glutamine, maybe 2 or 3 grams of glutamine a day. Glycine, maybe a gram or so of that a day, and then N-acetylcysteine, which will get you the cysteine and get you that sulfur, maybe, 500 or gram a day, something 500 milligrams to a gram a day, something like that. All right.
What about the pain relief?
The pain relief. The pain relief. That'll go down when the shingles go down. The shingles are causing the nerves to be irritated, so you're not going to get rid of the pain without taking care of the inflammation. Nonetheless, if you want to really just target the pain, CBD would be the way to go. You can get the Hemp FX products from Longevity, or you can apply CBD topically. That's got some anti-inflammatory benefits, or you can take it orally. CBD is becoming my go-to pain relief supplement. I consider it to be the new aspirin. Although it's not a drug, it's made by the body. Aspirin's actually, there's aspirin-like compounds in the body too. So in any case, I would go CBD for the pain is what I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to motivate you. I got a bunch of calls I want to get to, John. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Rudy in New Jersey, good morning. What's up? Rudy.
Hello.
Hello, Rudy. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. I need your help today.
What's that?
I went to the cardiologist yesterday, and you want to put a cap on me to see if there's any blockage in my heart or arteries. Is there something I can do?
To clean your arteries?
Yes.
Chelation therapy, number one strategy. You know what that is?
Yeah, I know what chelation is.
Chelation therapy, that's the best way to clean the arteries. You can do IV chelation, which is the most effective. You have to have a chiropractor or a physician do that for you. I don't know if a chiropractor can do it, actually. It depends on your state. Find a practitioner who can do it, and maybe a doctor. Doctors aren't big on chelation therapy, but it is wonderful stuff. You can also do oral chelation. Things like MSM sulfur. Sulfur is a great chelating agent, as we've been talking about. Selenium. Keeping the blood vessels open, vasodilation with niacin, and all the B complex for that matter can help you. And then also essential fatty acids, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, but all the essential fatty acids, the ultimate EFA. Get on the Healthy Start Pack for sure. Stay away from sugar. That's the number one reason why.
Well, that's my problem, Marvin. My sugar is outrageous.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. So,
what about a nuclear test? Is that necessary?
No, it's not necessary. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 78.
Oh, okay. And then what percentage did they say it was blocked?
He didn't say. He said he wanted to give me a capitalization, something you put your ground to see what if there's a blockage in my arteries or my heart, and then if there's a blockage, you want to use a balloon to open it. But
that's the medical strategy. Now, if it's really, really bad, you may need that. I can't speak to that. You have to figure out how bad it is. But don't take invasive surgeries, invasive procedures like stents or balloons for granted. They are invasive. They are putting something foreign into the body. You only want to do that as a last resort. It may be that you need that. I don't know. I can't speak to that, but I would be using chelation therapy. That would be my way to go before I had an invasive procedure.
Aspirin? What about
aspirin's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you, although lately there's been a lot of negative stuff about aspirin that's come out lately about bleeding. We've known about bleeding issues, but there's been some negative stuff that's come out about aspirin in the last couple of months. It's not the end of the world to take an aspirin, but you got bigger fish to fry than just an aspirin. It's not like aspirin is a magic pill. I'm guessing that your sugar is off. It sounds like it is, based on what you're saying.
I know it is off. It's way off.
That's the biggest problem.
My A1C is 9.6.
All right, well, there you go. That's the biggest problem that you got. You got to treat yourself like a diabetic, whether you've been diagnosed as such or not. It doesn't really matter what the diagnosis is. You've got the symptoms. So treat yourself like a diabetic. Use the Sweeties. Chromium is a great way to lower your cholesterol levels and your blood fat levels. Magnesium as well can be important as a vasodilator. The B complex. Generally, you don't want to target your atherosclerosis or your the clogged arteries, the blocked arteries, as much as you want to just get on a good general health program, a general nutritional supplement program. Oxygen is also very important, by the way, and making sure you're practicing your slow, deep breathing techniques. This is all basic stuff. It's not like you have a specific problem, and if your sugars are off, that's to that extent, that's telling me you haven't taken care of your body for a long time.
I'm a blind person. Is there any way I could get a list of what you're suggesting to me?
You can just listen to the archives. Go to brightsideben.com. Go to brightsideben.com. This is for everybody because I give a lot of information and sometimes I go fast. So you're in good company here, Rudy. A lot of people tell me that. But I'd rather give you more information than less. So go to the archive page at brightsideben.com and you can review this archive or you can review other archives as well. You can just plug in blocked arteries into the search engine box and you'll get all kinds of stuff. Rudy, I want to get one more call in, my friend. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Paul in Minnesota, you get the last word, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah, I hear you talk about gut health. Can you give any specifics on what to do to improve gut health?
So many things. Food diary, number one. Elimination diets. Food diary / elimination diet. Most important thing. Don't put the wrong food in. Probiotics, the nightly essence, number two. Fiber, number three. Nightly essence from longevity.
Is a product?
Yeah, these are products. Nightly essence from longevity. Fiber, number three. Fermented foods. I'm saying these numbers, but they're all important. Fermented foods, digestive enzymes, apple cider vinegar with your meals, zinc carnosine, glutamine powder.
How do you
There's
take
so many
apple cider vinegar?
Do a little swig with all your meals. A little swig with all your meals. A capful or 2 capfuls with all your meals. Hey, I'm out of time, my friend. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.